Now at 7 on WKYT this morning, a small Ohio community is still shaken after police say 8 people from the same family were shot. Details on the investigation ahead.
In Wayne County, the coroner has now identified the woman whose body was found in a well. Police said they have a suspect in her murder. He's still on the run this morning.
And in about a week, thousands of Kentuckians using food stamps will be losing their benefits. We've got the details ahead on WKYT this morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us on this Saturday. I'm Sean Moody.
And I'm Meredith Jones. And boy, it's going to be a beautiful day, I hear.
Yeah, a lot
compared
better
to yesterday.
For sure. All that rain that came through yesterday. Today sounds like a better day to get outside. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell is standing by. How's it looking this morning, Jim?
You know, this morning's not bad either. The problem is we still have a little bit of cloud cover still in the area, but temperatures will respond once we get past some of those clouds. Right now we look to some of our Kentucky cams, and that's where you're going to find everything's nice and bright out there. A little brighter in eastern Kentucky there in Jackson. The reason, they've got a little fog kind of hanging out this morning, so you get that brighter white glow. It's 53 there, 54 down the road into London, and you can see just a little peek of the sun coming up here in Lexington. That little orange little spot randomly in between some of those guide wires. Well, that's the sun coming up. 54 down the road into Richmond. We got 52 in Moorhead. Not a bad looking start to the day there. You see all the cloud cover though. But again, remember, it's going to clear up and the sun will be dominant today, getting us up to 70 degrees. I will track that coming up in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, Jim, thank you. This morning, a small Ohio community is still shaken after a tragedy there. Police in Pike County, Ohio, say 8 people, all from that same family, were shot in what they call execution style.
The shootings happened in Piketon, which is about 120 miles from Lexington. WKYT's Mike Byer is at the live desk with our top story this morning.
Authorities say the 8 family members found in a rural southern Ohio community were shot in the head execution style, most while they slept. The Pike County Sheriff's Department tells us the 8 were killed in 4 different homes. They say all the victims were adults except for one 16-year-old boy. Ohio's Attorney General says one of the victims was shot in her own bed next to her 4-day-old baby who was spared. A 6-month-old and a 3-year-old were the only other survivors.
I've been here my entire life. I've served locally for 20 years in law enforcement, and never have I ever imagined such devastation to a family, to a county, to myself or staff.
Police have not said what the motive may have been behind this shooting. Investigators believe whoever killed them is still on the loose and should be considered armed and dangerous, but they say they don't think there's a threat to the community since the Roden family was targeted. Now, investigators say crews have been working the crime scenes overnight and will continue working there until later this morning. The victims' identities have not yet been released. At the live desk, Mike Byer, WKYT.
All right, Mike, thank you. The Wayne County coroner has identified a woman whose body was found in a well. The coroner told us 28-year-old Rachel Jones's body was pulled from a well yesterday on Tobar Road. That's off Brammer Hill Ridge Road in Wayne County. Troopers have not released how Jones died, but they did say they are looking for 29-year-old Joseph A. Jones as a possible suspect. Troopers said Jones was last seen driving a 2002 Honda Accord with license plate 684RPY. They said he's considered armed and dangerous.
Lexington police are still looking for a driver this morning who they say is wanted in connection with a deadly hit and run. And police released the surveillance photo of the scene. They say the first car hit a man along New Circle Road near Industry Road yesterday morning. The second car swerved to miss him. Now, police tell us that man is 52-year-old Roger Morrison. They say he was crossing New Circle when he was hit. Morrison died at the scene.
Winchester police have identified the man they're looking for in connection with a violent robbery there. Police say a man entered the Cash Advance America on Bypass Road yesterday and pointed a gun at a clerk. Police want to question Aaron Vasquez about the incident, but they say they believe he's armed and dangerous. Vasquez could be in a 2008 black Infiniti with California plates. They say he used to live in Mount Sterling. Police say Vasquez could be with his wife, Erica. In Morgan County, police have arrested a man wanted for a theft we told you about earlier this week. West Liberty police have charged 31-year-old Melvin Scott Garland with felony theft. They believe he broke into a storage building over the weekend where Frederick and May construction crews store some of their equipment at night and stole some tools. Police said most of the items have now been recovered.
In Lincoln County, a man accused in a deadly crash has pleaded guilty. Brady Henderson was charged with murder for the crash on US 150 in Stanford in July of last year. Police say Henderson lost control of his car, and in the wreck, his passenger Jacob Miller was killed. Henderson pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of manslaughter yesterday in court. He's expected to receive 8 years in prison. And thousands of Kentuckians using food stamps will be losing their benefits in about a week. The state says 9,000 people living in 8 Kentucky counties will lose their food stamps on May 1st for not following federal work and training requirements. Kentucky had received a waiver for about 7 years, but the state says the waiver will no longer cover people in 8 counties, including Fayette County. The requirement taking effect May 1st applies to able-bodied adults without dependents.
Family and friends of a fallen Richmond police officer gathered together for a special dedication. The Richmond Police Department held a dedication ceremony to rename their station after Officer Daniel Ellis. Ellis died in the line of duty just 5 months ago. There was a balloon release, and they unveiled a plaque outside the front entrance of that station.
Anyone that walks through these doors will always know that the Richmond Police Department and the city of Richmond honors this fallen officer.
He's a loving, caring person. Besides being a police officer, I want him to remember that.
Ellis's name will be added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. next month.
A Magoffin County drugstore owner is looking for a person who shoplifted from his store several years ago so he can say thank you. The owner of Prater Drugs in Salersville says he received an anonymous letter in the mail last week. Now, in it was $100 to cover the cost of items stolen and an apology letter saying the shoplifter wanted to make things right. Tom Frazier isn't sure what items were taken or when it happened. He says the fact that someone turned a bad choice into a positive action is a lesson we can all learn from.
Dozens of Lexington middle schoolers have kicked off their dancing shoes this morning. Edith J. Hayes Middle School hosted their 3rd annual Dance Blue Panther-thon last night. That event raises money for UK Dance Blue, which raises money for the pediatric clinic at UK Children's Hospital. In the past 2 years, students have raised more than $12,000. And if you were driving around Lexington last night, you may have noticed this, that purple glow outside a downtown Lexington parking garage. City leaders decided to turn the Helix garage purple to honor the music icon Prince. And the Kentucky Theater will be showing Purple Rain as their way to remember Prince. A lot of tributes pouring in from all over the country.
I know, absolutely. And you're hearing a lot of Purple Rain on the radio.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's a song that's really catchy. It'll stay in your head all day.
Absolutely. 7:08 now on your Saturday, and there's still plenty ahead on WKYT this morning.
We'll hear the incredible story of a young man in Lexington who survived a bizarre motorcycle accident who now wants to help others. We'll have that ahead on WKYT this morning.
The prequel to a fairy tale we're all pretty familiar with opens this weekend at the box office, but even the classic can't compete with The Jungle Book. Closer look when we come back.
And it is going to be a gorgeous weekend. Nothing can compete with that. Highs in the 70s today, and we likely get close to 80 tomorrow. We will track all of it coming up for you.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Here we are, another weekend. The weekend is here, and today is Saturday, and we are going to be tracking some sunshine for you through the day today. Highs back in the low 70s, and this isn't going to come with any rain like it did yesterday. Here we go to the outside. I was tracking the sun there a minute ago, and the clouds thickened up just a little bit, or at least passed through a thicker batch of cloud cover, so we're not seeing it quite as well as we were. But either way, you're going to see plenty of it by the time the day really settles in. Those clouds will start to burn off. 53 degrees right now in Lexington, catching our winds out of the north at around 10 miles per hour, so not bad at all out there to start things off. As we break down today and the next 3 days, really, including today, we're talking about skies becoming mostly sunny, highs around 70 degrees today. We get into your Sunday. It's another fantastic day, and we could get close to 80 degrees out there. That is a fantastic run in the weather world. And then on Monday, it's another warm one. Small chance of rain, too. And once that rain gets here, we're going to have a daily chance of it that will continue all the way into next week, several days. But each day, close to 80 degrees. But every day we'll have a small chance of rain. 54 degrees down the road into Richmond, same thing up the road into Frankfort, and you got 52 in Mount Sterling. All of us running low and mid-50s to start the Saturday off. Cloud cover is stuck with us for the most part out there, at least for now. We'll see that start to thin up quite a bit through the day today. I think we end up around 70 for a high, and for a high today, I think we're at 70 in Richmond, 71 London, Somerset, all of us upper 60s and low 70s. Then we get into the new work week, because that's going to feature a lot of change, something we haven't had to deal with a whole lot here recently, and that's round after round of rain. We've gone through a pretty calm period, but what's going to happen is we'll have a frontal boundary set up shop just to our north, and when you get that, you get an unsettled pattern, and that unsettled pattern will favor the development of more showers and thunderstorms right along it. And could some of those be a little strong? Absolutely. When you start running into this time of year, it's easy to get some of those stronger storms to develop, because we still have a lot of cold air above our heads, which would allow for a quick shot of strong gusty winds to come out of those. And it's easier to get hail. We had hail all over the place yesterday with some of those thunderstorms that had gone up across parts of southern and eastern Kentucky. They weren't severe, but we did have some hail showing up across the area. So a pretty action-packed pattern coming at us after the weekend. So the important thing here is enjoy the weekend.
Exactly.
Whatever you can do.
We'll worry about Monday come Monday.
Yeah, there you go. I like your style.
You'll be busy after that, tracking down. Springtime.
Every day. That's spring for you in Kentucky.
For sure. Thanks, Jim.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?
There we go. Now showing this weekend is The Huntsman Winter's War. It's the prequel to Snow White, and many watching the box office say the new movie has no chance against The Jungle Book.
And Charlize Theron, Emily Blunt, Chris Hemsworth, and Jessica Chastain all star in that action fairy tale. The film is expected to debut with about $25 million. That's about half of what The Jungle Book is expected to make in its second week. Haven't seen either of those yet, but they look interesting.
I haven't either, but you know, there is a lot of buzz going around about The Jungle Book.
Yeah, I was a big fan when I was a kid of the animated one, so I'll have to get there and relive some memories.
That's it. All right, well, when WKYT returns this morning.
We've got lots more for you. By all accounts, Adam Stickney should have died in a motorcycle accident, but he didn't, and now he wants to help others whose lives have taken a sudden change of direction. That's coming up here on WKYT this morning. Welcome back. It is 7:17 now on your Saturday morning. Every year there are 185,000 amputations across the country, and the month of April is dedicated to those people and their fight and determination to live a normal life.
Now meet a young man in Lexington who, by all accounts, should be dead. But after surviving a bizarre motorcycle accident, he is now looking to adapt his dreams and inspire others whose lives have taken an unexpected turn. WKYT's Amber Philpott has his story.
Adam Stickney has always felt at home on the ice. It's a place he felt invincible.
That was one of my goals, was to be able to play very high-level hockey.
When he wasn't in skates, Stickney was on a bike, taking to the dirt or to the streets. At 21, he lived life full throttle. But sometimes life has a way of slamming to a stop.
I don't remember any of it. When I got hit, I was knocked out cold.
It only takes a glance at Stickney's mangled bike to know that what happened to him last May wasn't good.
I guess I had done a wheelie and was making a U-turn to come back the other direction, and another biker wasn't paying attention and was running way too fast, and I didn't have enough time to react.
Stickney never knew what hit him. He suffered a brain injury and spent 2 months in the hospital recovering from multiple internal injuries. He went from thinking he was invincible to knowing he's resilient.
So I think it's easier if we do this at the beginning of therapy.
Stickney is now one of the 2 million Americans living with limb loss. While his accident didn't take his life, it took his leg and gave him a new perspective.
I've learned you can't take anything for granted. I mean, you have to take every chance you get.
Adam is lucky. He knows it, and he's not wasting 1 second dwelling on what happened.
I'm alive, and that's all that matters. If I'm depressed about it, I'm just going to ruin my whole life.
Spend just just 5 minutes with him here at physical therapy, and you quickly realize there's no stopping him. Sometimes his therapist can't keep up.
He is a challenge to me all the time, trying to find things that challenge him. But he is amazing. He doesn't say no to anything that I ask him to do.
His new leg has been a challenge, but it hasn't stopped him. In just 5 short months, he is already on the ice playing sled hockey. He's tried his new leg out on roller skates, and this is him trampolining. Stickney credits Kinney Orthopedics and their amputee walking school in Lexington for giving him the confidence to get back at it.
It teaches you things that you're not going to learn on your own.
His goal of playing professional hockey has been sidelined, but his new leg has given him a new career goal.
I plan on going back to school, possibly to learn how to build prosthetics.
He wants to do it all. There's nothing he won't try, but he still has another major hurdle to come.
The only thing that's not doing good still are my kidneys. I'm ready for a transplant.
It's not the life Adam Stickney had planned. He still isn't back on his bike, but he is learning to take his days step by step. Giving up was never an option. He hopes others on his same journey can know that too.
They just have to keep working hard. They just don't give up. If it takes you 2 or 3 years or 2 or 3 months, it doesn't matter. You can't quit. You have to keep pushing.
That was Amber Philpott reporting. Now, Kinney Orthopedics is sending Adam to the Amputee Coalition this summer so he can get certified as a peer counselor.
Yeah, life is moving on, though, but he is now back to hockey, coaching the Dunbar team. Very cool. For more information on the Amputee Walking School and a new running clinic for amputees, look for this story on WKYT.com. 7:21 now on your Saturday morning. There's still more to come.
That's right. Sports is up next.
A local high school swimmer got a special exception to compete in UK's blue-white meet on Friday night. Find out why next in sports.
And I am going to be tracking a lot of sunshine this weekend. Temperatures in the 70s and even 80, a possibility into your Sunday. Have it all coming up. We expect plenty of sunshine for you on this Saturday. Daytime highs are probably going to get back into the low 70s. Yesterday, we got into the upper 60s, low 70s, but it came with some rain. Showers and thunderstorms occasionally through parts of the day. You'd break out into full sunshine. Today, it's just going to be full sunshine. No rain trying to work its way into the area. As a matter of fact, we'll prove that here with our hour-by-hour run. This is our Skycast, and you can see what the sky should look like by 5 o'clock today. I think the model's just a little bit cool, that 66-degree rating, probably around 70, but you can see through the day and even tonight, things are nice and clear. A few high, thin cirrus clouds trying to work their way into the area for Sunday morning, but then during the day on Sunday, we're into the mid and upper 70s to right around 80 degrees for a daytime high. Fantastic end to your weekend. Now, let's get with Lee Kay and get you updated on sports.
Kentucky swimming wrapped up its spring season last night with the annual blue-white meet, but last night was much more than your average swimming competition. Madison Winstead is a UK commit and senior at Dunbar High School. She gained special clearance from the NCAA to participate in the meet so her mother could watch her compete on the college level. Her mom, Shane Winstead, was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer last year, and she knows she may not be able to see her daughter compete next season. The family treated last night as a celebration.
It was just an overflow of emotions. It was obviously very exciting, and it was really cool to just have my family and my support system and all my friends there. The good emotions of the swimming and being around the team and the coaches way overpowered the bad things that are happening.
I feel blessed to have the time that I have with her, and the fact that we can do this at this moment is so rewarding, and I think it meant a lot to her as well as to me for that.
Such an inspiring event last night. We will have much more from Madison and Shane, her mom, next week right here on WKYT. Meanwhile, 2-year-old champ and Florida Derby winner Nyquist has been training out at Keeneland, and the 4-1 Kentucky Derby favorite is scheduled for his second of 3 workouts here in Lexington this weekend. Rain, though, pushed the breeze back a day. It was scheduled for Friday originally, but trainer Doug O'Neill says his horse is doing well.
He's doing super. Great energy and He thrives on all of us watching him train, and you got to love that. He's just a classy individual. He's got all the tools to, he's a 2-year-old champion, so that tells you how good he was as a 2-year-old. And this year, it's just he continues to show how brilliant he is. He's got the mind and body of a special horse.
So the Derby coming up soon. Just keep an eye on that horse right there, Nyquist. Not any big upset. He is the favorite at this point, but he does look like he has what it takes to win the Roses. That'll do it for your morning sports. Have a great Saturday.